Silver Plume, Colorado, a place where history whispers through the winds and where the mountains hold secrets untold. A town clinging to the steep slopes of the Rocky Mountains, where every corner tells a story of a time long past. Once a bustling silver mining hub, it now stood as a shadow of its former glory. The echoes of pickaxes and miners' shouts have long faded. Weathered buildings stood as silent witnesses to a bygone era. Their creaking timbers and broken windows tell tales of prosperity and decline. The ghosts of miners seem to linger in the thin mountain air, their presence felt in the mist that envelops the town each morning. It was in this evocative setting that Keith Reinhard, a man drawn to the town's mysteries, would disappear. His fascination with the town's history would lead him down a path of no return. His vanishing would leave behind more questions than answers. The local community was left in shock, and the mystery deepened with each passing day. The year was 1988, a time when the town was already a shadow of its former self, yet still held an allure for those seeking its secrets. The crisp mountain air carried a sense of foreboding. The wind seemed to whisper warnings to those who dared to listen. Keith Reinhard, a newcomer to Silver Plume, had vanished. His arrival had been filled with hope and curiosity, but his departure was shrouded in mystery. He was last seen on a bright afternoon. The sun shone brightly, casting long shadows as he walked through the town. He walked towards the old mines, perhaps seeking answers or simply drawn by the town's enigmatic charm. Then, nothing. He was gone. The trail went cold, and the mountains kept their secrets. Keith Reinhard was an investigator at heart. His curiosity knew no bounds, and he had a knack for uncovering hidden truths. He was a retired firefighter from Ohio, a man who had spent years battling flames and saving lives. But his passion for investigation never waned. He was drawn to Silver Plume by its rich and storied history. The small town nestled in the Colorado mountains had a charm that was hard to resist. The town's dark past intrigued him deeply. Stories of old mining accidents and unsolved mysteries filled the air. He had read about the unsolved disappearance of Tom Young, a local who vanished without a trace years ago. This case had become a local legend, whispered about in hushed tones by the townsfolk. Tom Young's case sparked a fire in Keith's imagination, igniting a desire to uncover the truth behind the mystery. Keith moved into a small cabin on the edge of town, a place where he could immerse himself in his investigation. It was a rustic dwelling full of character and history, perfect for a man on a mission. The walls seemed to whisper stories of the past, each creak and groan telling a tale of its own. He spent his days exploring the abandoned mines, delving into the depths of history. He devoured historical records, searching for clues. He talked to the locals, piecing together the story of Tom Young bit by bit, determined to solve the mystery that had eluded so many. Tom Young had vanished a decade earlier, leaving behind a mystery that haunted the small town. He was a geologist exploring the mines, known for his adventurous spirit and keen intellect. Some believed he had stumbled upon a hidden treasure, one that could change his life forever. Others whispered of foul play, suggesting that he might have been silenced by those who wanted the treasure for themselves. The mountains held their secrets close, their rugged beauty hiding the truth. No trace of Tom Young was ever found, despite numerous search efforts by locals and authorities. His disappearance became a chilling tale whispered around campfires, a story that sent shivers down the spine. Keith became fixated on the Tom Young case, unable to shake the feeling that there was more to the story. He felt a strange connection to the missing man, as if their fates were somehow intertwined. He pored over maps, notes, and witness statements, determined to uncover the truth. He searched for any clue that might lead him to the truth, venturing into the same minds that Young had explored. His obsession with the Young case grew stronger with each passing day, driving him to the brink of madness. Keith's investigation consumed him. He neglected his own well-being. He barely slept. He forgot to eat. His cabin became a chaotic mess of maps and documents. The lines between his reality and the mystery he was chasing began to blur. His obsession alienated some of the locals. They saw him as an outsider. They warned him to leave the past buried. But Keith Reinhard couldn't let go. He felt he was close to uncovering the truth of Tom Young's fate. Little did Keith know, he was walking the same dangerous path, and he would mysteriously disappear the same way Tom did. Keith Reinhard and Tom Young's disappearance remain the most haunting story to come out of Silver Plume. Two men, a year apart, connected by the same shop and the same mountains gone without answers. The wilderness holds its secrets tightly, and Keith Reinhard's story leaves us with one question. What really happened on that mountain in 1988?